Hello, everyone, and welcome to our lecture discussion. And this is all about nomenclature of organic compounds. Specifically, we will focus on hydrocarbons. So, the intended learning outcomes at the end of this lecture, you should be able to number one, identify the parent chain in an organic molecule. Number two is to classify the family or the group of the parent chain or the base. Number three is to name organic compounds given various representations like chemical, structural, or skeletal formula. And lastly, provide a visual representation, either a skeletal or structural formula, for the organic compound given its name. So now let's start. So what do we mean ba when we say nomenclature? In simplest term, it's just naming. In naming our organic compounds, we will either give a common name or a systematic name. So what's the difference between the two? When you say common name, the common name is the trivial name or the simplest name of the compound. And we usually use this common name in our everyday life. Okay? On the other hand, when you say systematic name, there are certain rules or there's a way to name your organic compounds. And this is mandated by the IUPAC. So IUPAC stands for the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry. So there's a rule book actually for the naming or the nomenclature of organic compounds. So in 1993, so this is the guidebook. So this is just around 100 to 150 pages. But the recent one is in 2000, I think. So, nag-expand na yung mga rules and from 100 pages, when I browse the ebook or the PDF of this nomenclature of organic chemistry, ay umabot na siya ng around 1,500 pages. So, medyo expounded na or elaborated na yung mga rules on naming of your organic compounds. Okay? So, when we name organic compounds, compounds are usually given a systematic name. So there's a certain way of naming your organic compound. And this uses a process that uses this one. So there's a locant, a prefix, and the suffix. So the locant, this wants to answer what are the substituents and what are the functional groups in your organic compound. Prefix or if what are the constituents? So, dun sa inyong organic compound. Kung depende yan, ay tuloy-tuloy na or continuous chain of carbon. And what is the functional group? So, how to fix it? Okay? Local prefix and suffix one by one. So, doon, yun ay magpo-focus more on hydrocarbons. That ourselves, ano ba ibig sabihin ng hydrocarbon? So, well, these are compounds that are made up of carbon and hydrogens. Okay? And you already encountered these structures in our previous discussions sa introduction to organic compounds. So, yung hydrocarbons can be aliphatic or aromatic. So, when are just so dun sa ating figure here, yung ating mga aliphatic ay kasama dyan yung alkanes, and alkynes. And when we say aromatic, there's the formation of this ring. Okay? And hindi lang siya basta ring. So, dapat ay may presence nung conjugated. Ayan. So, I'll write the term. So, it is conjugated. When say conjugated, the double bonds are alternating. Okay? So, aside pala dun sa ating alkanes and alkynes, ay under din ng aliphatic yung ating cyclic equivalents. So, when say yung mga cyclo, okay? So, we have cycloalkene, cycloalkene, cycloalkyne. Okay? Okay. And also, in our previous discussion, ay na-introduce ko na kayo dun sa terms natin na tinatawag na saturated or unsaturated. Ngayon, ano ba ang structures na nakikita natin yung saturated? So, this means single bond lang yung present. So, among the four, ang saturated is itong si alkenes. At yung ating mga tawag nating multiple bonds. So, when we multiple bonds, it could either be a double bond or a triple bond. So, dito papasok yung alkene at ating aromatic. Ano nga ulit nga yung other term para natin sa aromatic? So, we call this as your arenes. Okay? So, sana nyo yung mga basic concepts na yan kasi terms aliphatic, saturated, and unsaturated. Okay. So now, let's begin naming your hydrocarbons. So, yung slides na makikita nyo dito, may mga rules kasi. So, that makes it systematic. So, ito ay sinet nga ng ating IUPAC. So, kung natatandaan nyo yung ating process, di ba? Meron tayong tinatawag na local and yung suffix. So, ano, pag-usapan yung parent. So, yung is actually the longest chain. So, ang goal natin ay hanapin kung tuloy-tuloy o pinaka-mahaba chain ng ating hydrocarbons. Okay? So, kung ito yung ating given example ng ating organic compound, so natin haba. So, low. Okay? So, ito naman, malima lang. So, titignan so, titignan kung alin yung tuloy-tuloy na carbon or carbon chain. So, kapag green naman, tapos, ayan, medyo nag-bend siya at meron pa ulit na other color, yan, so highlighted in green. So, ilan siya? So, may 6 na carbon. So, nakikita natin, may 4, may 5, may 6. So, natin kayang possible na mas mahabang chain. At yun ay, kapag tingnan natin po, may highlighted naman tayo in red. So, okay. So, ilan kaya yan? So, kapag pinilang nyo yan, ay, that is 8 carbons. So, mamili tayo ngayon, ano yung pinakamahaba? Obviously, the longest there is your 8 carbons. So, we will take dun sa ating red, sa highlighted red na part ng ating organic compound. Or this one is your hydrocarbon. So, dun sa hanap ng protein, ay medyo error siya. So, hindi, hindi nyo makikita yung longest at first glance, error. So, yung bawat symbol. So, tingnan nyo doon kung alin yung pinaka. Okay? So, doon ko dito, nakalagay yung alkane. So, kasi, um, di ba, yung hydrocarbons natin, yung mga alkanes, alkynes, and aromatics. So, meron din kasi, may rule din kasi ng doon sa alkanes na ganun din, later, dun sa ating discussion ng alkenes and alkynes kasi, dapat double bond or the triple bond, again, it should be continuous or it should be the longest chain. For aromatic, uh, bond ay yung benzene ring. So, na-introduce ko naman kayo last time na yung benzene ring natin yung parang piatos na may alternating double bonds. Okay. So, Ngayon ay nakita niyo na, nahanap niyo na yung, sa slide number 1 ay nakita niyo na yung parent chain. Ngayon, kailangan bigyan niyo siya ng pangalan kasi nga 'di ba, we're naming the compound. So, sabi nga natin yung pinakamahaba is 8 carbons long. So, yan highlighted in red. So, the carbons. So, now how do we name the hydrocarbon or the protein with carbons? So, dito may table. So, the, the name of the plant will be O. So, A, O. So, yun. O. The table, so this one, so, yung number of bonds, yung prefix. Dito, so for example, carbon 1, that's met, carbon 2, et, 3, pro, 4, but, and yung 5, 10, ano, tandaan. So, so yung nag-geometry kayo, di ba? May pen. Di ba? Pag sinabi mo, pag tinanong ka ng prof mo ng, ano yung polygon with 5 strands? So, di ba? Lagi natin isip it's hexagon. So, mas madali itong tandaan yung 5 to 10. So, you just um, your geomet geometry polygons. Okay? So, 8, O. So, nakikita natin na O. Okay? So, dun sa ating apat na papangalanan o yung process ng ating systematic name, di ba? Locand, prefix, parent, and suffix. So, dito sa parent, ito okay na to. Ngayon, tingnan natin paano naman natin lalagyan siya ng suffix. So, 'di ba in English, ano naman ang suffix? 'Di ba 'pag natin ang suffix, ilalagay sa dulo. So, yeah. So, ngayon yung natin, dapat lagyan natin siya o bigyan natin siya ng appropriate na suffix. So, naalala niyo pa ba yung ating suffix ng ating apat na hydrocarbons? So, yung alkane, alkyne, and aromatics or aride. So, yung madali dito, yung first three, yung alkanes, alkenes, and alkynes. So, yung ending is just ane for alkanes. So, yung mga single bonds. E para sa mga alkenes, yung may mga double bonds. And then, ine para dun sa ating alkynes, yung may triple bond. Now, for alkane, na ito nga, yung may benzene ring. So, ang ending ay benzene. Okay? So, yun yung gagamitin nating suffix para dito sa apat na hydrocarbons. Okay? Okay. So, balikan natin. Meron tayong kailangang i-accomplish na locand, prefix, parent, and suffix. So, okay na tayo sa parent and sa suffix. So, gagamitin mo yung appropriate na suffix depende kung anong functional group yung present dun sa inyong organic compound. Okay? So, yung parent, again, ano nga yung ginagawa natin doon ay hinahanap natin yung pinakamahabang or tuloy-tuloy na chain of carbons. And we give the name based on how many carbons yung nandun sa chain. Okay? So, ngayon ay meron tayong substituent. So, substituent ay ito yung mga nakakabit. So, the substituents here are the um, decoration siya. So, yung substitution name. Okay? So, ginagawang local suffix. Yung prefix naman yung pag-uusapan natin dito. So, yung prefix dito, at substitution. Okay? Tapos, may may yung local is yung substituent. Kumbaga, saan siya nakakabit? Nakakabit sa pang doon sa parent chain siya nakakabit. So that's the meaning of your local. And there's here saying that you use to connect the number to the name. So let's illustrate. Okay? Yan. So pag-uusapan natin yung local prefix dito ay dapat munang malaman ninyo yung name, possible names ng ating mga substituents. So, yung sa ating slide kanina, okay? So ito, 'di ba ito nga yung parent chain. So itong nakikita niyo C3 and the C ito, substituents. Bigyan ng pangalan yan. So paano bibigyan ng pangalan? Okay? So balik tayo dun sa ating slide. So ang ito dito is ano pangalan nung alkane. Paano kung nakabit? Okay? Pero may gagawin kayong modification lang. Di ba? Ito alkane ay met, ethane, indicate. Okay? So, yung ending is cane. Ngayon, para kasi maikabit sa ay dapat bawasan mo siya ng isa. So, ito, isipin ito, tingnan nyo itong o yung methane. Kung babalikan natin ulit yung slide ngayon, ito, this is CH3. So, originally, this is CH4, isang hydrogen. Ikinabit doon sa parent. Okay? So, ngayon, bigyan natin siya ng pangalan. And same goes with this one. So, paano natin siya bibigyan ng pangalan? So, from the we remove the hydrogen, methyl. So, yung uh, alkene minus H, then we call this alkene. So, from methane, it will become methyl. Tapos yung kanina, ito, ethane. So, yung ethane mo magiging ethyl. So, basically, you will drop the ane and you will replace it with il. Okay? So, magbigay tayo ng mga examples. Ngayon, may mga rules pa. So, yun yung mga medyo nagpapa-complicate dun sa, sa naming ng organic compounds natin. Kasi mga rules tayong dapat masunod. Okay. So, tandaan natin ha, na methyl, ethyl, propyl, butyl, pentyl, hexyl, heptyl, octyl, nonyl, and decyl. Okay? So, rule number 1. So, ito na yung mga rules. So, i-discuss ko yung bawat rules. So, sabi sa rule number 1, if there is one substituent, number the pentate from the end that gives the substituent the lower number. So, one substituent, ibig sabihin, isa pa lang nakakabit dun sa ating parent chain. And we should give the substituent the lower number. So, dapat ay mag-start ng structure na mabibigyan ng number yung substituent. So, for example, this one. So, this one is a structure and total lang niya. By the way, this one is for your condensed structure. So, discuss ko naman last time, di ba? So, when say condensed, yung mga parts. And then this one ay yung tinatawag na line angle structure or structure. So, di ba? Line lang siya. And hindi siya basta-basta lang angle siya. Okay? So, itong condensed structure, this is actually ito yung original niya. Di ba? So, when say condensed, ito ang important. This is CH3, this is CH2, CH2, etc. So, again, this is just your line bond structure. Doon sa ating discussion ngayon, we'll focus more on condensed structure and line angle or skeletal structure. So, paano ba natin papangalanan? Okay, yung mas madali dito kasi ay ito, yung sa skeletal structure. Though nakita nyo na yung name. So, based on the structure, magtatanong kayo sa sarili nyo, aling end yung sisimulan nyo? It's either galing ba kayo sa left or sa right. So, if you're galing sa kanan, so dito mo ma-encounter yung unang substituent, yung nag-iisang substituent actually. So, that's why we numbered this um, chain as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. O, ano yung name ng 5? So, balikan niyo yung ating uh, carbons, then the name will be pentane. Oh. Ngayon, itong nag-iisa dyan, there is a CH3. O, na-encounter natin yan kanina. Yan, it's called your methyl. Okay? So, dapat may hinahanap nyo muna yung mga clues. So, you have a pentane, the parent chain. You have a methyl. Pero kulang pa. Nasaan si methyl? So, di ba nga, ninumberan natin yung ating parent chain. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from kanan to kaliwa. So, yung methyl group pala natin ay nasaan? Sa carbon number 2. Now, you assemble everything. So, assemble the information that you have. Then, the name will be 2-methyl pentane. Oh. Sabi dun sa isang slide natin, kapag may before before it. So, 2-methyl pentane. Okay? So, this is not 4-methyl pentane. Bakit? Kasi baka dito kayo nag-start. Kunwari lang. So, dito kayo nag-start 1, 2, 3, 4. So, from kaliwa to kanan, yung substituent is number 4. Pero kapag kaliwa, yung methyl group ay nasa carbon number 2. So, you decide 2 versus 4, then go to the lowest number. So, that is 2. Kaya yung rule ay magsimula ka dun sa end kung saan mas mauna mo may encounter yung substituent. Okay? So, that is rule number 1. Again, the key takeaway sa rule number 1 ay mag-start sa end kung saan mas mabibigyan mo ng mas mababang number yung substituent. Okay. Rule number 2. So, if there are 2 or more different substituents, this time, you will list them in alphabetical order. Okay? Then, so alphabetical order. Next, number gives the lower number to the substituent encountered first. So, ang idea dito ay side, aling end, yung uunahin natin ng mas mabibigyan natin mas mababang number yung substituent na may encounter natin first. So, if there are substituents at equal positions, give the substituent of the lower alphabetical order the lower number. So, ito naman, ang case nito ay kapag maari kasing maging same yung numbering nung ating substituent if either will start from kaliwa or sa kanan. So, para maintindihan natin, bigay tayo ng example. So, like this one. There will be cases na ang ibibigay ko sa inyo ay ito, yung condensed structure. So, dapat ay sanay kayo. Pero talagang sanay ako dito sa skeleton. Okay. So, medyo straightforward yung examples ko kasi nilalagay na agad yung number ng structure. Okay. So, this given yung ay from left to right. Okay? So, what na from right. So, this become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So, tingnan nyo to. Nasaan ang substituent natin? Nandoon Kapag galing tayo sa left, nasa 3 and 5. Pag galing tayo sa right, nasa 3 and 5. So, ito yung sinasabi natin na naging yung number. Either manggaling tayo sa magkabilang side. Assign natin. So, this constituents. So, this one, ito. Ito, ilan ba yan? So, this one is 1. So, ito ay magbibigyan natin siya ng substituent name ng methyl. How about this one? So, ito naman ay merong dalawa. So, met, et. So, et. Tapos, lagyan nyo siya ng il. So, ito ay magiging ethyl. Okay. O, may methyl ka, may ethyl. Sabi ay, i-alphabetize natin siya. So, yung, of course, ethyl. Then, followed by methyl. Now, let's give the, sabi dun sa, ito, dun sa third na check mark, kapag parehas nga yung number na a-assign natin from left to right or right to left, dapat ay mabigyan natin ng mas mababang number si ethyl. So, di ba nga, 3 versus 5 lang siya. So, si ethyl ay mabibigyan natin siya ng 3. Okay? So, kaya magiging 3 ethyl, 5 methyl. Oh, yun pala, nakalimutan natin. Ilan yung carbons sa parent? So, 7. So, hep. And dahil naman pinag-uusapan natin ay mga rather, alkanes, sorry. So, ang alkanes na pinag-uusapan natin dito ay heptane. So, that's why the name is 3-ethyl 5-methyl heptane. Okay? So, ito, mali yan kasi ang mali dito is yung alphabetization. Okay? So, that's rule number 2. Kapag may magkaibang substituent, 2 or more, i-alphabetize muna natin siya. Bigyan natin ng mas mababang number yung substituent na ma-encounter natin na una sa isang side or sa isang end. Number, naging yung local, kung saan nakikabit yung ating mga substituent, ay mabigyan natin ng number yung okay? Okay. Rule number 3. If the same substituent occurs more than once, so ibig sabihin, may mukhang substituent, ulit lang siya. Rule number 1, i-apply natin, bigyan mababang number yung unang substituent na encounter natin na first. Huwag na. May gagawin ng test. So, bonds, designate kung ilang beses ulit yung substituent. So, dito, gagamit and so on. So, may table dito. So, actually, ito, correction, ginagamit. So, ito na yun. Pag walang mono, that's just one. So, dito natin i-apply yung di, tri, tetra, pentyne, hexa, and so on. So, yung madaling itong tandaan ulit is yung designation ng prefix from 5 to 10. Ang medyo, kailangan yung memorize dito is yung 2, 3, 4. So, di, parang diba, carbon dioxide, dalawang oxygen, tri, triangle, di ba? And then, tetra, okay, tetra pa, tetrahedral, kasi apat. So, yun yung mga tatandaan nyo. Ngayon, di ba dun sa ating, sa ating process ng pagbubuo ng mga hydrocarbons, meron tayo nung prefix, locant, locant, prefix, pen, and the suffix. So, yung locant, number 3, may mga ulit ng more than one. So, dito, numbers. So, ulit yung ganitong substituent, dalawa yung number. Kapag tatlo, yung tatlo. Okay? So, magbigay tayo ng example. Ah, yun nga. So, kapag may multiple, may number kailangan gagamit ka ng comma. So, yung comma, so, yun yung example para maintindihan nyo. Okay. So, this one, meron tayong organic compound. So, I'm again referring to the skeletal structure. So, oh, yung numbering niya ay dito nag-start sa may right. Kasi bakit nga? Sabi nga natin ay, by virtue of the rule number 1, magsimula tayo doon sa end kung saan may makuuna tayo ma-encounter. Okay? That's why the numbering here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh. Since this is 6, again, what's the parent? So you will give the name hex. And then since ito naman ay nakikita nyo naman na puro single bond, so this is an alkane. So the suffix is ane, hexane. So the parent is hexane. Oh, okay na tayo doon. Ngayon, tanong, nasaan at nasaan ang constituents natin? So it seems na mayroon tayong parehas na constituents. So ilang carbon ito? So may isa. So So again, this will be called methyl. So methyl siya. Oh. Ngayon, dahil dalawang beses occur yung substituent na yun, gagamitin natin na prefix. So balikan nyo yung table. So this time, we will use di. Okay? So di. So buuin na natin yung info. We have a parent na hexane. Meron tayong dalawang methyl. So that's dimethyl. And the next question is, where are your metal groups? Where are they connected? Or, yeah, where are they connected in the parent chain? So, di ba, ninumber naman natin siya. So, yung nasa 2 and 4. So, let's assemble everything. So, the name will be 4-dimethyl hexane. Yeah. So, that's the correct name for this structure. So, it's not 3, 5 kasi ito ay kapag nag-start ka dito sa may kaliwa. So, this will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, mali yung 3, 5. Dapat mas mababang number yung maibigay natin doon sa ating substituent. Okay? So, again, rule number 3 ay kapag may same substituent na nag-occur more than once, then you still need to number the parent chain from the end na kung saan mas mabibigyan mo ng mas mababang number yung unang substituent. And then, gumamit ng prefix, depende kung ilang beses siya nakulit, at gumamit ng comma. Yan. So, nakikita nyo, may comma to separate the possessions. Okay? At kunwari, ito, walang comma yan, 24. Eh, ilan lang naman ang parent mo, di ba? 6. So, magtataka ka dun. Baka naman yun ay may comma. Okay? Rule number 4. So, since na-introduce ko na sa inyo yung mga prefixes na di, tri, tetra, and so on, pero sila ay hindi nasama sa alphabetization. So, hindi nyo siya ikasama. So, for example, ito. Meron tayong structure na yan, and doon sa ating structure, ilan ang parent chain? So, again, 6 ulit. So, this will become hexane. O, diretso na tayo. Hexane na yan. Ngayon, bakit naging ganyan yung numbering? Kasi nga, from left ay mas mabibigyan natin ng mas bababang numbering itong dalawang to. So, ano ba yan? Ito ay methyl. So, dahil dalawang beses na ulit, so yan ay magiging dimethyl. Ngayon, ano pa yung isa pang substituent ninyo? So, meron kayo ditong 1, 2. So, meron kang ethyl. So, meron kang ethyl, meron kang dimethyl, may hexane ka. Ngayon, nasaan yung dalawang methyl groups? Sa anong carbon position? So, dapat ay dalawang number yung magagamit natin. So, 2, 2. So, to 2, 2. And nasan yung ethyl? Nasa carbon number 4. So, ang tanong ay sino mauuna? Hindi natin gagamitin yung prefix na di. So, it's just you need to decide whether it's ethyl or methyl. So, of course, E, una yan sa alphabet, then M. So, mauna si ethyl, then followed by methyl. So, paano natin siya papangalanan ngayon? So, the ethyl, you'll assign 4, then dimethyl, 2, 2. Then, may hexane. That's why the name will become 4-ethyl 2,2-dimethylhexane. Okay? So, hindi kino-consider ang di sa alphabetization. So, that's rule number 4. Hindi natin gagamitin sa alphabetizations or hindi natin i-consider yung mga prefixes kapag ina-alphabetize natin siya. Okay? Oh. Now, let's give more example. So, ito naman, gagamit naman ako ng condensed structure. So, kailangan nating hanapin ang, yun nga, yung ating locant, prefix, parent, and the suffix. So, ito. So, mabilis kang makita, ito na yung, ito ngayon, ang tanong is, unang substituent na encounter natin. So, starting 1, 2, 3, 4. So, nasa carbon number 4, yung unang substituent. Ito tayo start from the right, it will become 1, 2, 3. So, ang tamang arrangement ay from right to left. So, I'll just continue the numbering. So, this is 5, 6, 7. So, since may 7 dyan, so that is a heptane. Dahil alkanes naman yung pinag-uusapan natin. Ngayon, ano ang mga substituents? So, itong mga to, these are your substituents. And what is the name of the substituent? So, this is methyl. Ngayon, ilang beses na ulit yung methyl group? So, 4 times. So, ngayon, ano yung tawag dun sa prefix with 4? So, hindi to yung prefix ng 4 for carbons. Dapat prefix kung ilang beses na ulit. So, when you have 4, this is tetra. Oh, ngayon, nasaan yung ating mga methyl? So, since tetra to, dapat makikita natin. So, this will become, let's assemble the information na meron tayo. So, meron tayong tetramethyl. Nasaan yung mga methyl? Dapat 4 na numbers yung mga gagamit natin. Sa carbon 3, so 2 beses, 3, 3, and then 4, 4. So, kaya pag binuo na natin siya, 3, 3, 4, 4, tetra, methyl, this is, okay, how about this one? So, medyo obvious naman yung structure nito. So, ito yung pinakamahaba, ito nasa gitna. So, ngayon, tanungin nyo ulit, nasaan yung end, kung saan pag doon kayo nagsimula, ay makikita nyo yung first substituent. So, meron kayo dito dito, 1, dito yung unang substituent. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10. So, ano nga ang prefix and suffix para sa 10? So, we have a decane. O, ngayon, ano ang mga substituents ninyo dyan? So, ito, at yan. So, meron tayong isang substituent ilang beses na ulit. Merong tatlo. So, when you have 3, this is try. So, try, tatlong beses. What's the name of the substituent? So, since meron tayong dalawa, so this is ethyl. So, try ethyl. So, okay na tayo dito sa ito, yan, at yan. Ngayon, may isa pa tayong substituent. O, obvious naman yan. This is methyl. O, ngayon, balikan natin yung triethyl. Nasaan yung mga ethyl groups na yon? So, meron siyang dapat tatlong numbers yung gagamit natin. So, 3, and then we have 6. Now, nasaan si methyl? Nasa carbon number 7. So, let's assemble now the name. Bago yon ay alin muna yung mauuna sa alphabetization. Kasi di ba meron tayong multiple, actually dalawang substituent. Yung isa ay tatlong beses na uulit, yung isa ay isa lang. So, triethyl versus methyl. Again, we will not use the tri. So, we'll just consider the tri. I mean, the ethyl. The ethyl. So, ethyl versus methyl. Again, the ethyl muna bago methyl. So, if we will arrange this, so this is 3, 3, 6, tri-ethyl. Then, dito mag-hyphen tayo. So, 7 hyphen methyl. Tapos kapag sinulat na natin yung name nung parent with the suffix, diretso na siya. Decade. So, yung ating palang structure ay 3,4,4 tetramethylheptane and 3,3,6 triethyl methyl decane. So, let's check. Oh, tama tayo. So, 3,3,4 methyl heptane. So, tama. And then, 3,3,6 triethyl 7 methyl decane. Okay, so tama tayo dyan. So, bigyan ko kayo ng challenge. So, yung susunod na slide, you can either pause the video and try this on your own. So, take a screenshot take a screenshot of this slide and try to deduce the systematic name of the following compounds. And sa ginamit natin, ano yung classification ba? Kahit hindi na yung exact rule 1, 2, 3, 4, you state ano yung explanation doon sa what's the basis ng inyong pag-name itong ng organic compounds natin. Okay. So, medyo nakakausap sa alkenes. Meron alkenes, alkynes, and aromatics. So, kailangan nating habulin yung mga yon. But before that, allow me to introduce to you also yung mga iba pang mga substituents. So, common substituents. So, sa, sa left, ay ito yung mga substituents ng ating mga halogen. So, na-encounter nyo na ito last time sa introduction to organic compounds. So, we have fluoro, chloro, bromo, and iodo for F, Cl, Br, and I. Ngayon, ito medyo i-advance ko na kayo. So, this one is NO2, we call that nitro. And then, NH2 is called amino, and then OH I called hydroxy. So, dun sa discussion natin ng alcohols nung last time, na-introduce ko kayo dun sa OH group, yung hydroxyl. Pero sa gagamitin natin ay hydroxy lang. Okay? Okay, ngayon ay na-discuss natin yung mga alkanes, di ba? Yun yung cyclic ano niya, equivalent niya. Yung cyclic equivalent, nakabilog siya. Okay? So, this time we'll name the cycloalkanes. So, the name just may additional cyclo. When say cyclo, nakabilog siya. Okay? So, cycloalkane, ito yung ano niya, description niya. Kasi nga single bonds lang siya. Cyclo, and then hydrocarbons kasi it's just made of hydrogens and carbons. So, madali lang naman yung cycloalkanes natin. So, you just remove the and then you just add the cyclo before the name. So, like that. Cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, and cyclohexane. So, ito yung tinatawag ng mga estudyante na piatos. Yan. Cyclohexane. So, and so on. Okay? So, dahil na-discuss natin yung alkanes, yung rules sa alkanes, may rules din sa naming ng cycloalkanes. But don't worry, ang ano lang dito is same step apply with alkanes. Ah, so kaya magbibigay tayo ng mga rules. Okay. So, alkanes naman, so isa lang, yung nakakabit sa ring, no number is needed. So, dun sa ano sa process of local traffic and the suffix, so on yung locant. Ang kailangan na lang natin i-determine is ano yung substituent at ano yung parent. Okay? So, tandaan ulit, ang parent dito is ito, yung cycloprefix ane. So, you just count the number of the vertex ng inyong structure. So, for example, this one, very straightforward naman siya. So, this one, the parent here is 5-membered ring. So, that's why it's called a cyclopentane. Kasi 5. And then ito, paulit-ulit nyo na siyang na-encounter, di ba? So, we call that your methyl. So, just assemble it, methyl cyclopentane. O, ito. Ilan ang vertex niyan? So, ito naman ay 6. So, that's why it's called hexane cyclo. Cyclohexane. O, substituent. O, paulit-ulit na din ito na-encounter. Kanina pa siya. So, pag dalawa, this is ethyl. So, the name of this structure is ethyl cyclohexane. O, patikim pa lang yan. Isa pa lang yung substituent dyan. Paano kung meron ng dalawa? O, pag dalawa, so ano yung iniisip nyo dun sa ating alkanes? Di ba meron tayong alphabetization. So, rule number 2 is you just name the substituents in alphabetical order. So, dapat ano class? Yan, pag nakita nyo yung pentagon yan, cyclopentane yan. O, ngayon, ano yung mga substituent? So, let's say ito. Sa structure na to, meron kang methyl. O, nakikita nyo yung name actually. So, may methyl dito. Ito naman, ilan to? 1, 2, 3. So, met et prop. So, ito ay magiging propyl. O, ngayon, tanong. Alphabetical order. So, methyl versus propyl. So, una si methyl. Kapag this time, kailangan mo na siyang lagyan ng locant. Kaya may number na. So, kapag dalawang yung substituents niyo ay dapat mabigyan nyo, hindi lang siya na naka-state dito, but obvious naman, ay kailangan nyo mabigyan mas mababang number yung una doon sa alphabetization. So, that's why here, methyl comes first. So, di ba ang cyclohexane? So, kailangan mabigyan natin ng numbering itong pentagon na yan ng 1 to 5. Ito yung medyo challenging. kapag ano kayo, nag-name kayo or nag-numbering kayo ng mga cycloalkanes natin. Kasi may dalawang possibility yung numbering. It's either you go clockwise or counter clockwise. So ito, may rule, 'di ba? May rule din tayo sa alkanes that you need to give the substituents a lower number. So ito, explain ko siya fully para maintindihan niyo siya. So ito kasi kapag clockwise, so sabi nga natin, 'di ba, si methyl yung mauuna. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pero kapag ginamit natin yung counterclockwise, oops, kapag counterclockwise yung ginamit natin class, ay it will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So sabi nga natin, si methyl dapat una, nabigyan ng mas mababang number. Ngayon, nasaan yung propyl? Kapag in-inspect nyo siya, it's either 5 or 2. So dapat mas mabigyan nyo siya ng mas mababang number. So that's why the deciding factor here is yung counter clockwise na direction. So that's why the name is 1 methyl, 2 propyl cyclopentane. Okay? Ito, iwanan ko na sa inyo. Kayo mag-decipher bakit naging ganyan yan. Okay. So, ito, dalawang substituent pa lang yan. Pero pag, kunwari, tatlo na. So, ito, ganun din ang ruling. Ay, kailangan mabigyan nyo ng mas mababang number yung mga substituents. So, ito, tatlong beses na ulit yung, yung substituent. Saan? Anong pangalan ng parent? Meron kang cyclopentane. Diba? Pag pentagon, cyclopentane. So, tatlong beses itong naulit. So, try. Then, ano yung substituent? Ay methyl. Ngayon, ang tanong, yung pinaka-crucial na tanong is nasaan yung inyong mga method groups. So, kapag ganito, bigyan nyo class ng mas mababang number yung cyclopentane nyo. Possible ito ay bigyan nyo ng 1. So, yung ito pang methyl doon sa tatlo, 1, 3, 4. So, bigyan ng mababang number yung ito kapag ginawa mo siya again counterclockwise, so this will become 2. So may isa pang sa carbon number 2 yung cyclopentane. Okay? So kaya ang magiging pangalan niya is 1,1,2 trimethyl cyclopentane. Okay? So yung naming ng cycloalkanes niyo may lang, same set of rules with alkanes pero may addition ng cyclo. Tapos, yung kakaiba lang sa kanya sa pag-name ng alkanes natin, diba sa alkanes kasi it's either left to right. Wala kayo up and down, may ganun pa, pwedeng side to side. Pero yung sa cycloalkanes ay it's either clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay? So, that's how you name cycloalkanes. So, kapag meron na nung presence ng double bond and triple bond, just same lang siya pero may mas distinct na rule yung gagamitin natin which I think ma-encounter natin as we go along the slides. So, now let's begin with naming naman ng alkyl halide. So, kaya 'di ba in-introduce ko sa inyo yung I introduce with you yung different names of substituents of the halogens. Kasi the name of your alkyl halides will follow this systematic name na halo. Ito yon yung fluoro, bromo, and iodo with the prefix and the ane. So, assuming that this is a single bond lamang. So, for example, that one. So, this one is the condensed structure. Ito yung skeletal structure. So, ano yung substituent? Cl. So, pag Cl, chloro. Ngayon, anong prefix? Bilangin ninyo kung ilan yung carbons dun sa structure. So, ito ay 1, 2. So, met, et. So, this is et. And since this is just an alkane, so magiging ane. So, you just combine the information that you have, then you have chloroethane. So, that's the systematic. But if you want to name it common name, this time iba naman yung pag-name sa kanya. So you consider the name of the two carbons na kaya siya ethyl, di ba? Yung ethane naging ethyl. Actually parang magpapalit lang yung sequence. So dito ethyl muna, and then yung Cl ay papangalanan niyo siya ng ide. So chloride. Kaya siya naging ethyl chloride. So kapag common name ng inyong alkyl halide, so yung fluorine, fluoride. Chlorine, chloride. Bromine, bromide. Then iodine, iodine. Okay? So that's how you name the alkyl halides na may systematic and common name. But klasa will focus more on the systematic name. So how about this one naman? So CH3Br. So wala na akong nailagay diyan na skeletal structure. So you ask yourself what's the substituent. So you have a Br, so that's bromo. And what is this? Ilang carbons? So that's just one. So ito ay magiging bromo methane. Okay? Or if you want to use the common name, baliktarin nyo. But this time yung alkane nyo gawin siyang alkyl. So from methane it became methyl, and then yung bromo you use the ide. So methyl bromide. Okay? So dali pa yan. Paano kunwari pagsamahin natin yung dalawa? May alkanes ka, meron kang halogens. So same rule pa din ay begin with the end nearer the substituent having the first name in the alphabet. Ganun lagi yung rule. So for example ito. Again, sabi sa rule ay magsimula ka dun sa ending sa kaliwa o sa kanan kung saan mas mauuna mong ma-encounter yung substituent na dapat siya ay So yung unang substituent, saan mo siya unang ma-encounter? Galing ka ba kaliwa or kanan? So this time ito, kaya siya na number 1. So what's the name of the element? 7, heptane. Then you have how many substituents? Tatlo. Do you have similar substituents? Yes. So you have color green. So what are those color green natin? So yung meron kang methyl. Dahil dalawa, dimethyl. How about this one? Meron kang Br. So ito ay magiging bromo. Ngayon, nasaan yung mga substituents? Yung dalawang methyl group nasa 2 and nasa 4. So 2, 4, and si bromine or bromo ay nasa number 5. Oh, question. Which one will come first in the alphabet? Of course, bromo. So if you will write this one, it will become 5 bromo hyphen 4 hyphen dimethyl. Or what's the parent? You have 7. So this is heptane. So let's check. Tama. 5 bromo, 2, 4 dimethyl heptane. Okay? So how about ito naman? Ganun din. Heptane din siya. 7 kasi siya. Tapos, meron ka ulit substituent na Br. So mag-start ka sa left. So you have a bromine na encountered first when you go from left to right. So you have again bromo in carbon number 2, and then you have a methyl group, dalawa. So that makes it dimethyl. Where are the dimethyls natin? Nasa carbon number 4 and 5. So if you will um, assemble the name, so it will become 2-bromo 4,5 dimethyl heptane. Oh, 'di ba? So nagkaroon lang ng exchange yung ano, 'di ba basically ito yung 2 and 5 nagpalit lang yung bromine and methyl. Okay? So be careful ha sa ganang ano naming natin. Oh, 'di ba kanina pala may cases na yung substituent will occur to the same number. If either you go from left to right or right to left. So ano yung gagamitin nyo? So again, you just assign the lower number dun sa unang substituent in alphabetical order. So, ganun pa rin find the longest chain, name it as the parent chain. If it's double bond or triple bond, so you just change the suffix, then you start in your nearest any substituent or kung ano mang substituent yon. So, you start from that end. So, for example, ito. Um, so, ito, ginawa niya is right to left. So, 1 to 6. So, ito ay hexane, 6. Tapos, kunwari lang ha, if we will go from left to right, so this will become 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, nasaan yung ating mga substituents? Yung isa ay bromine, bromo. Yung isa ay CH3, so this is a methyl. So, nasaan yung ating mga substituents? Nasa 2 and 5. So, same. So, dito, ang magiging ano natin, resolve natin dito is to alphabetize them. So, bromo comes first, then saka si methyl. And yung bromo, bigyan natin siya ng mas mababang number. So, 2. Yan. And then si methyl ay 5. So, what will be the name? So, if we will give the systematic name of this organic compound, it will become 2-bromo 5-methyl hexane. Kasi we have 6 carbons. So, it's not 5-bromo 2-methyl hexane. So, this is wrong because of the alphabetized naman siya, pero dapat kasi mas mabigyan natin mas mababang number yung inyong una sa alphabetization. Okay? O, ito na naman. So, you use those rules in naming your alkyl halide. Ito naman, try nyo naman on your own. So, again, just pause the video kasi wala yung sagot dito. You will try the organic compounds by yourself. Okay? So, try this on your own. So, madami-dami na kayong ite-testing ng mga organic compounds. So, alkanes, this one is yung ating alkyl halide. And ito, yung may mga bilog-bilog, cycloalkanes din siya. So, medyo nagwi-weave na yung ating mga rules on organic compounds. Yan. So, basically, after this slide, try your own, ay na-encounter natin si alkanes, cycloalkanes, and alkyl halides. Now, let's go with the naming of your unsaturated hydrocarbons. So, again, unsaturated hydrocarbons, so these are your alkenes or your alkynes. So, doon sa previous slide ko, may nilagay ako 'di ba slide doon na kapag alkane dapat gano'n pa din. You just get the or find the longest chain and that will be your parent chain. So how about if you have a double bond or a triple bond? So same rule applies. So you need to name the parent hydrocarbon. Pero how? So this time, the rule here is you need to name the or find the longest chain that dapat ay kasama yung double bond. So, for example, this one sa left, yung pink na color, that is the correct parent chain. So, hindi pwede yung yung aagwatan mo yung double bond. So, dapat it should be included. It should be contained in the longest chain. So, ito, pag binilang natin siya, ilan yung carbon? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, that's why is 15. O, the topic. So, the suffix here is "-ine" for an alkene. So, this kasi it should contain the double bond. It should be included in the longest chain. Okay? So, you don't skip the double bond. That's wrong. Okay? So, so that's it. Nahanap nyo na yung parent hydrocarbon. Ngayon, ito yung kaibahan ng A. Di ba, ano present natin ng saturated hydrocarbons? Double bond or a triple bond. So, rule doon, which is, you need to indicate where is the double bond or the triple bond. So, in case ito naman kayo you should number the chain so that the double for the alkene or triple bond sa alkynes ay yung carbon na yon, the double bond carbon or the triple bond carbon should have a lower or lowest possible number. So for example, ito. Yan, ito. Ito, umpisa natin to. So yung interpretation nung second na bullet ay you begin the numbering in such a way that the double bond should be given a lower number. So it's either left or right, or it depends kung may branching. So you do trial and error. So ito, so meron kang carbon, so that makes it hexane. Where you start, right or left. So based on uh, the number from your right. Kasi if you start from right, then you will give ito yung a lower number. Because it has double bond. And to add that carbon, it should be between two carbons. So if it should be between 2 and 3. So nandito sa 2 and 3 siya. Okay? So that's it. So ito, skip ko muna yan. Pero yun yung gist of rule. You start and if you start from that end, you will encounter the double bond first. That's why mabibigyan mo siya ng mas mababang number. So, sa ganun din. Same rule applies. So, you start from the end, or you begin numbering at the end nearer the triple bond. Kahit may substituent yan, you start numbering of the triple bond from the end, wherein you will encounter it first, and you will give it a lower number. So, ito, if you start from right, this is 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, that's why it's called an octine. So, doon na lang muna. Tama na muna tayo doon. Octine siya. So, 8, oct, then ine, that's the suffix. Okay? And so, since nakikita nyo naman yung naming dito, on your own, on your personal time, try to decipher why is it called or why is it named like that. Okay? So, more examples lang tayo. Ganun pa din, you should locate the longest continuous chain containing the functional group. Let's say that's an alkene. So, find the parent chain, give the lower number dun sa double bond ninyo. Okay? So, yun nga. Di ba kanina sabi ko, if I ask you a question na where is the double bond located? So you will answer supposedly between two numbers. For example, ito. If I here four carbons. So that's why the prefix is met et prop bute. And since you have a double bond present, so the ending or the suffix will become in. Ngayon, what's the name of the structure like this with a double bond between 1 and 2? So yung rule dito ay gamitin mo yung lower number. So 1 and 2, the double bond is between 1 and 2, then you use 1. So that's why the name is but 1-butene. Okay? So ganun din yung mga example dito sa iba, ganun din. So ibang usapan na kapag meron ka na ng substituent. So again, you should find the longest chain, give the lower number dun sa double bond, and pag-establish yung number ay mabibigyan mo naman ng number yung substituent at kung ano yung substituent. Okay? So, that's it. So, for example, sige, explain ko na to. So, this one is called a hexene. Bakit? Kasi if I start here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pero kung dito magsimula, 1 pa punta sa kanan, 1, 3, 4, 5. So, 5 versus 6, go dun sa mas mahaba. So, hex, 6. And since you have a double bond, hexene. Now, where is the double bond between 1 and 2? You use the lower number, and that's why it's called 1-hexene. Now, what is the substituent? So, yung substituent dito is this one. How many carbons are there in the substituent? So, you have 1, 2, 3. So, that's why it's met et prop. So, it's called propyl. Where is the propyl attached to? Doon sa second carbon. So, that's why the name is 2-propyl 1-hexene. Okay? Ganun lang yung naming niya. Diba? Madali lang. Madali lang siya. So, ganun po. Pag, gawin natin dalawa yung substituent, o di dalawa naman. Same rules din, you just alphabetize the substituent, pero dapat ay na you should establish the correct numbering which end you will start that you will give na mas mababang number. So, um, elaborate this on organic compounds. Maybe just pause the video, then try it yourself. Explain siya. Okay, so ito naman ay name with the lowest functional group numbers and then the lowest substituent numbers. So, paano siya? Teka. So, ito ay, ito to. It should be okay. So, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, left to right. Nasaan yung double bond? Nasa carbon number 4. Medyo dapat masanay na kayo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, it's between 4 and 5. So, that's why it's 4-octane. Diba? 4, 8 carbons, we have the double bond 4-octane. Now, where is the double bond? I mean, the substituents. Okay. So, kapag finalo pala natin yung left to right, you have the substituent 4, and 7. Oh, so 4 and 7. Ngayon, i-consider niyo din yung kabilang side kasi baka ano, mas mababang number. Let's use red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, yung double bond nasa 4 and 5 kami eh. So, so it's ito yung number 2, 5, 4, 7. So, alin ang mas mababa? Yung set ng number, yung may 2. So, that's why the name niya ay hindi siya 4,7-dimethyl 4-octene, but the name is 2,5-dimethyl 4-octene. Okay? So, ito, just, elucidate bakit ganyan yung naming. Okay? Oh, let's make it complicated naman. Gawin natin siyang mga cycloalkene. So, kapag cycloalkene ay, ang rule naman dito ay, again, no number cyclo. The a number for the substituent. And yung pinakamadali dito ay yung double bond ninyo, dapat siya ay mag-start with 1. Okay? So ito, matic na yon. That's automatic. You assign 1 and 2 dun sa ating double bond. But, yun nga, the problem there is if you will go clockwise or counterclockwise, so yung substituent, like for this example, you need to give this substituent a lower number. So if you go clockwise 1, 2, 3, so there's a there's an ethyl substituent in the third carbon position of the cyclopentene. But if you will use the uh, counterclockwise, I will use red ulit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it seems that you have a ethyl group in the fifth carbon position of your cyclopentene. So you compare 3 versus 5. So you go with the lower number. That's why the name is 3-ethyl cyclopentene. Okay, ganun lang din yung rule dun. Ganun din yung application ng rule dito sa two other organic compounds natin dyan. So, yan, mga same set of rules. Alphabetization, if your substituents are different, and if you have substituents that or, I mean, one or more, then you use the prefix, depending on how many organic compounds. So, pictures, these are your alkenes. Yan. Try to pause the video for a while, and then try it yourself. Take a screenshot of this. And this one is for your alkynes. So as you can see there's a presence of your triple bond. Okay? So, um, in order to be proficient dun sa naming natin, sa nomenclature natin ng organic compounds, you really need to try. You need a lot of practice. Okay? So, if you want, can try this on your own, then check it sa akin kung tama ba yung structure niyo. Okay? Okay. So, that is for your alkenes and alkynes. So, nakailan na tayo? Alkane, cycloalkane, alkyl halides, alkenes, and alkynes. So, yung sunod natin ay yung pang-unsaturated pa. Kasi di ba, nasimulan na natin unsaturated hydrocarbons with alkenes and alkynes. So, kasama sa ating unsaturated hydrocarbons yung ating tinatawag na rings. So, ito yung may mga benzene rings. Okay? So, the general for an alkyl halide, again, think of R as ring. Yan, letter R, ring. So, paano nga naka-ring siya? If you have a presence of them and the conjugated double bonds. When say conjugated, it's alternating. Now, what aryl halide? If you have an X. So, ano nga ba yung sa previous natin, conventional, yung halogen. So, try to the substitute for alkyl halide, then we will use those for your aryl halide. Okay, so the naming will be substituent plus the benzene. Simple lang to. So if you have the presence of fluorine in your benzene ring, so that's fluorobenzene. Okay, so tandaan nyo lang talaga, fluoro, chloro, bromo, and iodo. And then you just append the benzene at the ending. Okay? So if you want naman the common name, so meron din tayong common name. So ito kasi, we call this, yeah, so we call that your benzene. So if you remove, di ba, pag benzene ring siya, dapat talaga dyan. If you remove one A, then that becomes your phenyl. So if you have a benzene, then you have originally yung hydrogen, then will be common name. So what will be the name? So it will become phenyl plus halide. So in di ba, the alkyl halide natin, the systematic and the common name, ay fluoride, chloride, bromide, and iodide. So, let's just give an example. Itong nasa dulo, yung iodobenzene, if you want to use the common name niya, it will become phenyl iodide. Okay? So, that's the name of your aryl halide in both systematic and common name. But, mas gagamitin natin yung systematic name. So, naisip niyo ba yung gagawin kong sunod? Ito kasi ay isang substituent lang. So, when say substituent lang, that your mono substituted benzene. So, ganun lang din yung substituent. So, at the fluorine, I mean, the fluoro, the chloro, the bromo, and the iodo, iba pang mga other substituents, common substituents, you have the amino, the nitro, and the hydroxy. So, you can use those substituent names in your mono substituted benzene. Okay? When say mono, isa lang. So, for example, you have an NO2 in the structure with the benzene, or ito yung pinatos sa inyo, you call that your nitrobenzene. Okay? So, mono substituted, one lang. If you will make it di-substituted, meaning you have two. Diba? Ito na, parang ginagamit na natin din yung mga prefixes. We have mono meaning one, di meaning two. So this time, may mga ganun din, yung mga cases like it is possible that you have the same substituent that occurs several times, or yeah, ganun muna siguro. For example, ito, you have the benzene ring, then you have the Br or your bromo, and it occurs twice, then you have the prefix di-bromo. Okay? So, kung natatandaan niyo ulit niyo yung ating process of naming, you have your locant, prefix, parent, and the suffix. So, of course, the suffix, actually, the parent will be benzene. So, you need to parent suffix na benzene na yan. You need to identify the prefix and the locant. So, yung yung prefix natin dito is yung substituent. So, the substituent here, sa mga example bromo, bromine. So, bromo siya. How many times? Twice nangyari, twice nag-occur. We have dibromo. Cycloalkyne, dapat bigyan yung ating benzene. So, yes, you assign one in the benzene as number one. So, yan, one. So, that's one. So, uh, other given a lower than, it's either you go left, what I mean is counterclockwise or clockwise. So, ito, para mapabilis mababang number, you just assign number two. So, ano natin, the, the way of number is clockwise. So, ito, 1, 2. Kung ito naman, this is 3. And ito naman is 1, 4. So, dito, mapapansin niyo may number tayo na 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. So, the relative positions of the two substituents are indicated by the numbers or by the prefixes. So, kailangan natin kasi nga laging lagyan ng number to indicate where is the substituent in the parent. Okay? So, tanda numbers natin na yan, yung 1, 2, 1, 3, and 1, 4. Okay? Kasi, aside from that substituent like that, um, as ortho, meta, or para. So, ortho, simplification lang is O, meta, M, and para is P. So, ano yung relevance or significance of ortho, meta, para na yan? So, the, um, the substituents are located one in two positions in your benzene ring, you call that your ortho. Then you have the meta, the 1, 3. So, yung nakita this one, magkalayo lang sila 1, 2, 3. Carbon. So, number is 1, 4. So, ganun, uh, arrangement. You have the so, twice, kunwari, mag yung ating substituent. So, that's called ortho. Okay? Then, away, I mean, one, yung, yung separation nila, so you call that your method. Yung opposite. So, ano sila, magkatapatan sila. Go back to natin kanina, yung 1 dibromobenzene, 1 dibromobenzene, and 1 4. So, 1 ortho, dibromobenzene, O. O dibromobenzene. 1 3 is meta or M, then 1 4 is para or just P. Okay? So, dun sa mga benzene natin, sa mga pairing natin, madaming possible namings. So, you use the number, the exact ortho, meta, para, or you just use the single letter, O, M, or P. I also note, nakalagay sa footnote, the two substitutions are in alphabetical order if needed. So, uh, this rule applies only if you have different substituents. Okay? Kasi ito naman, disubstituted siya, pero same yung identity ng substituents. So, that's for disubstituted. Ito yung dalawa. Rules, so you just number the substituent with the lower number, and then you list your substituents alphabetically. So, like this one. Uh, so, meron sa benzene nyo, error. This one, BR, the CH3. Ang gawin nyo, pwede nyo siyang lagyan ng tag, ano muna, 1. So, CBR mo ng 1. Si CH3 ang 1. Tapos ito, another 1 din. Saka kayo mag-ikot. It's either clockwise or counterclockwise. But for this illustration, yung name niya, ginawa dito yung dalawang magkapareha ay mabigyan natin mababang kasi magkatabi sila. One is 1, then this is 3, 4. So may bromo ka sa carbon number 4. So madaming possible ano dito, madaming possible na na name niya, pero yun nga, the rule here, the way I remember it is if you have the same substituent, I let's give it a lower number. So hindi lagi nag-a-apply yung if the substituent comes first by virtue of alphabetization, nasa yung una. So yun nga, for example, ito, dalawang beses na ulit yung methyl group natin, so that's dimethyl. So let's give a lower number for the dimethyls. And same application of rules, yung bromo comes first, then methyl. So yung di dito is not considered in the alphabetization. Okay? So, polysubstituted, benzene pa rin tayo. So, madami na ngayong substituent. So, tayo, ah, ay, mababang na, alphabetization, yan, ano yun, ito ang nabanggit ko na, na so, possible, ibigay nyo ng mas mababang number yung isa. So, you just add, ay, ito, 1 siya dito, diba, ito, this one is nitro, this is the nitro, and this one is the bromo, and then this is the chloro. So, yung bromo and nitro ay magkatabi, so binigyan siya ng 1 and 2. So, kung gusto nyo naman, itong bromo naman yung 1, ito yung 2, pero dapat itong isa, yung chloro, mabigyan nyo siya ng mas mababang number. Okay? Same rule here. Yan. Yung Cl and NO2, dahil sila ay magkatabi, then you give each of one of them, yung sa number 1 ay number 2 yung isa. Then you consider the numbering of the third or yung pang ilang substituent siya. It's either you go clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay? So, try to decipher kasi nandito naman yung structure and then the name niya. Why is it like that? Okay? So, just eto na, I'm near the end of my presentation. Aside from having benzene rings na you have the substituent, there are uh this polynuclear aromatic hydrocarbons or the PAHs. So when if we define it, PAHs are the hydrocarbon that contains two or more benzene carbon rings. For example, ito, we have two rings niyan, pero hindi nyo makikita yung ano, yung structure, overload na yung ano, yung isang carbon. Di ba dapat ano lang siya? Four bonds or four lines. So the examples of and trust penalty and benzo filing. So back to include ito. But this is included in the nomenclature na. Kasi in the cigarette smoke, yan, by ano to, compound interest. So there are estimated 7,357 chemical compounds in the smoke na in of your cigarette. And those are confirmed carcinogenic. Kaya, di ba, isa sa of smoking ay yung cancer. So, that's also yan. So, yung mga compounds na yun, may mga benefits dito. Of course, that's one. So, ito, may mga, yan, dalawang rings together. May mga polyaromatic. So, yung isa yung benzopyrene. So, ito yung isang known and mutagen, DNA mutagen. Compound. All organic compounds or chemical compounds, and most of them are carcinogenic or cancer causing. But uh, it's either being killed by kung ka ng you are a smoker or you are inhaling the smoke from another person. So that's di ba yung meron tayong tinatawag na first hand smoke and the second hand smoke. You have smoke, you are the one using the cigarette. Then you inhale it. So, 'di ba, the case of I think Miriam, the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, not her, but yung husband niya yung nagsusmoke. So, siya yung namatay sa sa lung cancer. Okay? So, if you are fond of your ihaw, then much possible to try to avoid your ihaw. Those are um, yung mga burnt meat natin, they are potential carcinogens. Okay? So, I will leave you with this last slide. So, dye substituted benzene natin. So, you try to, wala na kayong makitang mga ibang structures. You try to this tree, try it on your own, and then if you want, you can ask me to check your report. Okay? So, uh, na-discuss natin in this lecture video yung nomenclature of organic compounds. We started with hydrocarbons. We have the saturated and unsaturated covered different rules. So, as I mentioned in the learning outcomes, so we're able to hit goal number one. So, we identified the parent of an organic molecule. So, depending on how long the parent chain, so you name it. So, goal number two, we also uh, I think this, so we have the classification of the family group of the parent or the P. So ito yung tinatawag natin na we use the suffix. So I will write it. Ito, parent. This one is referring to the suffix, the different suffixes na na-encounter natin. Goal number 3 is about the naming. Ito talaga yung heart of the discussion natin, the naming of the organic compounds based on different representation. But in my PowerPoint slides, I use the skeletal structure. Okay? And then goal number 4, the last one, is to provide visual representation of an organic compound given its name. Ito naman, this is just the reverse. So, uh, aside from naming the structure, there's a possibility kasi that you will be given the name, then you will draw the structure. So, based on rules natin. So, ito is yung pag-drawing structures. Okay. So, that's it for listening to our lecture discussion. Thank you.